Hey guys, welcome to RIPP Superchargers and thanks for stopping by. If you're finding this video, you're probably looking to see what your vehicle makes, or rather your JL Wrangler makes, on 37-inch tires and 513 gears, which is what this vehicle has. Here at RIPP Superchargers, what we do is we like to test the vehicle before it gets modified so we know what the baseline is, and so that most of our clients understand what the difference between wheel or rear wheel horsepower versus crank horsepower actually is. Now, the manufacturer advertises a number that you see at the crank, 305 horsepower, 295 horsepower, whatever that number might be, whatever you feel that number might be, it actually doesn't translate correctly at the rear wheel. A chassis dyno measures horsepower at the rear wheel, which is what we advertise in all of our kits. Some manufacturers like to advertise this astronomical number, saying that they've added, 200 horsepower and now they make 600 horsepower, but that's all crank and doesn't translate to the wheel properly, and in our opinion, it's a false advertisement. Well, anyway, the vehicle behind me is a 2019 JL Rubicon, which came originally with 410 final drive gearing and the 8-speed transmission. But more importantly, it has the brand new 3.6 liter or MK2 3.6 liter Pentastar. It has been revised for 2018 and 19 in the JL. So essentially what ended up happening is they raised the compression, they changed the intake manifold, they put a larger throttle body, they changed the EGR system, and essentially made the engine a little bit more powerful, a little bit lighter on the rotating assembly, and they sort of flattened out the torque curve and brought up the horsepower just a teeny little bit. What's great about that is that it gives you a little bit more power in the mid-range and the upper RPM, where this engine was already shining in its previous rendition. But more importantly, they put in the 8-speed transmission. The 8-speed automatic matches and mates to this engine perfectly. This vehicle over here has about a 2.5-inch lift. It has 37-inch tires and 513 gearing. The owner opted to change the gearing so they can continue to use all 8 of his gears. Okay, so this engine here is basically all stock. So the vehicle, outside of the tires and gears and lift, is all stock. So stock air filter, stock exhaust system, stock cats, stock PCM, everything is as you get it from the dealer after having been driven about 8,000 miles. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna make some noise on the dyno, see what she makes naturally aspirated, and then we'll talk about it and then finish up. Yeah, we're all ready to go. All right, let's see what we got here. It looks about right. Oh, it's actually just a teeny bit lower. 199.3 horsepower at the rear wheels and just about 180, 181 pounds of torque at the rear wheel. That's interesting. So I guess that's sort of like weird, right? Because we've had other JLs and JTs on the market. on the dyno, and we've had over 220 horsepower. Just the last one we did, the two-door, had 221 horsepower. Well, that's weird. Maybe the tire's a little heavier. Who knows? The regular gas could be coming into it. I mean, we didn't log this pass, so essentially it'd be difficult to know. But what's really important to know is in this video, you know that you're driving 199 horsepower down the road. There is nothing that we can change. The vehicle is completely stock. You pulled it all the way to red line, so it's basically all the power it has, so there's nothing else to change. So it's important to know that when you advertise a horsepower number at, let's say, 300 horsepower, and then you drive it and you put your mods on it, you could be losing as much as 100 horsepower between drivetrain and modifications. And that's what we like to modify here. So in the next video, you might see this vehicle. We're going to put in some ignition coils that we have new for the JL. That's going to be a great product. You should take a look out for that video. We're going to have a catch can and put it in here as well. That stuff could pick up a little bit of horsepower as well when you start cleaning up the crankcase ventilation as well. So again, if you like the video, please smash like and follow us and subscribe and all that. And you can follow us on all the Instagrams and all the Facebooks and the websites and stuff, www.ripmods.com. Thanks for stopping by.